how to keep track of your money, honey, is the thought of today. My name's Adam Broussard. Thank you for watching this. I'm on the way to the store. Go and check the guys out. Go and check. Man, we had a fair amount of online sales today. I tell you what, if you go to Galvez.com or Amazon, you go buy Swamp Buckets, you go buy it from Galvez. We're selling a bunch of those Swamp Buckets. I'll leave a link to our store for it in our comment section there, or in the description. But long story short, how to keep track of your money. Well, whether you got none, a little bit, or a lot, in my life, I've learned I have to keep track of where I'm at financially and in the bank and all that kind of stuff, because I have to know how things are going in and out, just for the sheer fact when things are tight. I gotta know. There's always money that is needing to be spent for something, and I have to know where can I get it to spend it, and then each company is set up for certain ways and certain things, and at the end of the day, there's a tracking mechanism. And then besides the front end tracking mechanism of basically what you have and what checks are going out and all this kind of stuff, you also have the accounting version. So if you don't really understand the financial part of your business, which is hard for me to believe that some people don't give interest in, but that's the strong suit. That's a strong skill set to have, or at least have somebody who can explain it to you and give it to you in a fashion that you can understand. You don't have to maybe understand the intricacies of it, but I tell you, because there's some people I totally believe that just don't understand how to keep track of money or accounting, but they're really good at, let's take a football player, for example. They're really good about their high level of income, and doing plays, studying plays, but they may not be very savvy when it comes to finances. And so that's why I think 90% of them go broke, or 80%, maybe more than that, whatever the statistic is on them high income earner athletes. And it boils down to just how they keep a track of their money. And look, for me personally, there's a spreadsheet that I created. I think it's relatively simple, but it may not be. But it's checked daily, and I focus in on it. And whether I have a lot of money or a little bit of money, right now I'm shoestringing freaking everything. It's very painful. But there was a lot of building that's been happening to where I am expecting the foresight of fruits, as problems get solved, as these one-time expenses get solved from building and stuff like that. And so I have to look at it from the degree of financially, like, man, what direction am I going? Because if I just look at my bank account and the bills that I have to pay and the bills that I owe, it's very scary, very daunting. Like, how am I going to do this? But then when I look at the whole financial scope of things, realizing, no, there's some ways. I just have to make bigger moves. I have to keep on increasing sales, keep on following the path that right now it's just a down period. Then it makes me keep moving. If I didn't do that and I just was paying attention to what was in the bank, there's plenty of days where I would just think that, man, I need to just quit. And the good thing is I'm not a quitter. The bad thing is as I put myself more in these situations because I want to grow, I want to get better, it seems the longer the shoestring is. And the type of, I'm really glad that I got into this store, which I'm I'm totally gonna give some light. And in fact, I'll share right now where I'm driving. So we in Louisiana. I'm heading to my store there, and which is the Atchafalaya River Basin. And in about 2 or 3 days, we are about to experience some snowfall. And from what I read, man, this could be like 3 to 6 inches. It's just like totally unheard of. This will be a record, high up record-setting type of freeze snowfall event. So it would be really nice to come across this bridge, but they might actually shut down this bridge, to be honest with you. Yeah, they when freeze is happening, it gets slippery. Obviously, we're on top of a big body of water. This thing is like 18 miles going over the Atchafalaya River Basin, and so nevertheless, thought that was pretty interesting. But in getting back to keeping track of your money, how important it is, having that insight and that just, even if you don't understand too many things, but if you get it fed to you, I think conscientiously you need to have that in order to grow. Now, that's an opinion of mine. Some people don't. I think they don't, and I think it makes them worry more. And I worry when things are down. I worry when things are up. But man, if I really didn't have a clue, I think I would lose sight of the goal, because when things get tough, you can definitely lose sight of, like, man, what am I even doing? I ask that question right now because things are extremely tough. But the beautiful thing is I'm going to my store here and checking things out, but the main purpose is our online sales have been picking up. We started off in November, probably had just a little bit of sales, $500, something like that. Then we get to December, it was $5,000. Now we in January, we're gonna hit more than likely $10,000. And I'm going to the store to speak to a young man that works for us that he is going into the military, but he's going to show another young man everything that we need to do in order to continue to upload all the things we have in the store, everything, every item. Because if by next month it'd be nice to hit $15,000 of sales or $20,000 of sales in the store, in the online store, and what it does also keeps people attracted to our store itself. And we keep track of those numbers, because I need to know at some point, whenever we break open the books, are we generating money? Are the advertising we paying, the fees that we have to pay to be online, like, are we just spinning our wheels, or are we making money? And then make a decision off of there, like, hey, if we spinning our wheels, we got to charge more, or we got to adjust, or whatever the case is. So you don't give up. You don't move on from a place that potentially can help derive big sales and pay you income over time, especially when it's already locked and loaded in your inside, in your skill sets that you have over there. Like, for example, we're an online store that has a physical location, that everything is mailed out of our physical location. So the team that's working there now can print up a ticket and send it out. Well, this young man we hired, who's going to solely focus in on the half of his time is going to be focusing on that online store of loading up products and shipping stuff out. Well, he's still going to work the store at the same time, but we get our sales at $10,000. We are now paying for him. He could essentially be full-time in online sales. So We didn't have to increase the building size. We didn't have to increase the amount we pay per month with electricity and all that. We just had some minor increases, and so to me, overall, which we're going to find out through the numbers, I think we're definitely at a net positive, and we're probably at the same net positive as the store with all the other overhead. So if that's the case, then we just added a whole nother store for utilizing the same employees, which is a net positive along with the net positive profit. We don't need a distribution center or nothing. We have one already in place. So it's phenomenal, you know. But the only way I'm going to figure that out is by staying on top and keeping track of those numbers, which is all automated through Checkbook and QuickBooks and stuff like that. You know, there is a bookkeeper guiding it, but use the automation that you have. And even the spreadsheet that I look at every day that I keep track of the numbers, it's not automated, but it takes me about 5 minutes to update it, look at it, digest it, and move on. That's all it does. You know, it gives me the pulse of where I'm at today. And sometimes it's super scary, believe you me, and sometimes it's super awesome. You know, like, whoa, man. So as I'm in this lull period, shoestring, scared, and nervous about what's happening, I'm seeing sales increase. I know over time that pocketbook should increase along with it. We should be overcoming these obstacles and gaining the skills and lowering the cost because we're looking at these numbers. So, but it all boils down to just keeping track. So my advice is just learn how to keep track of some simple numbers to give you that pulse of what's happening, to give you that pulse of what adjustments need to be making, and go after it that way. So, like I said, I'm not going to end the video just yet. I'm going to pull up to the store, and I'm going to end the video now, and then I'm going to do another video at the store. That way I got 2 videos. I got a 2 for 1. So we'll just see you in a little while. Part 2.